Hello, hello. Hey, Andrew. What? Oh yeah, pretty. Why can't I teleport? Whoa. Hey, Rain. Gamer, you okay? So 900. I'm happy for the weekend. Is it 20,000 still? Yeah, it's 20,000 still. So 20,000 divided by 900 is about 23. Good enough. How are you, Andrew? Nice, nice, nice. Listen, it's great. Yes, my hoarding efforts. Actually, it was. In fact, you're correct. It was to make this instant. But important things happen near the end, Andrew. Important things. Aw. Of course. Okay. Next thing. We have food to make. I mean, food is good. Yes, yes. See what I have to deal with? It's the worst. All right. What do I have in my store already? I have the table salt I need. Do I have the butter? 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 Don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. I have the maple sugar I need. have the honey I need. Okay. Thank you for checking in. All right. Give me the butter. Forgot that this vendor is a different spot than the regular vendor. He's over here. Now I know there's a vendor around here that's got what I need. If I can just remember which one it is. No, no, no. Negative. Ah, right over there. Give me gelatin. There's the rock salt I need. Mineral water. Culinarian requires so many more ingredients than anything else. I don't want two, I want one. Good enough. God damn it. Nah. Suffering from success. Welcome back, Andrew. I mean, as far as they're concerned, there's no impending doom. Only I know about the impending doom. Therefore, it's fine. Peaceful. Alright, it's kind of in this zone, I think. I don't think there's anything else I need from these. Let's finish that out. And then I like go over here and chill for a second. Go. Great. There we go. I leave the area of, you know, eternal daylight and immediately get rained upon. I don't want to. Alright, game. I know I'm... got the gear and stuff for it, but you know what? Thank you. Go. Whoop. There we go. I think it's these. Yeah. Nice. And I need a mirror apple, which, uh-oh. need to level botanist just a little bit. No, there's some that are higher level than that. Might be... Yes, these are what I'm looking for. And there we go. Now. Well, luckily I need to be in this area anyway. That's kind of nice. Right. It's like they planned for it. Gimme. Gimme apple. Oh, okay, I just wanted one apple, but thank you. Right. All right. All right. We'll come back for the botanist quest too, since it's available now. Becoming slightly more than I bargained for, but hey, it works out. Oh, great. Thank you, I guess. All right. Now for the botanist quest. That has revealed itself to me in my quest for food. Lenosha. Okay. Zucchini. A piece of food that I have tried many times to like, and have not succeeded. Oh. I see. Probably because the tomato overpowers it. Because tomato. Oh, 42. All right. Now, word of warning, or word of awesomeness, I don't know. When I hit 90, which as you can see down at the bottom is relatively close, we're going to completely veer off of the MSQ and do something entirely different. No, we will not be gearing. What we will be doing is leveling a second class. Finally. So how I handle this, and this is there is a method to the madness, is when I am 10 off of the max level, whatever it happens to be, and this is only during story progression. Outside of story progression, like if I'm done with story, I just level them as is. But when doing the story, I tend to start working on another class when the class I am currently playing hits 10 under the max level. And this is for two reasons. One, to give me prep time to get to wherever the story level needs to be. And two, so I can continue doing the MSQ without losing experience, wasting experience, because the MSQ gives a lot of experience, and I don't like wasting any of that. So basically the idea is that whenever the current class hits the max level, I can immediately switch to the second class without any kind of delay. Because I would have had plenty of time to level it to wherever the MSQ's level is. It won't be the machinist. It will be summoner first, because she is a summoner first. But the yeah. Like, it'd be kind of weird to not do Summoner Yuna, because that's kind of her thing. She's the high Summoner Yuna, even when she goes Gunner. But yeah, the trajectory I'm going is gonna be White Mage to Summoner to Machinist. Hi, Katarina. And alrighty. You don't give Faithfolk your true name. That's just asking for trouble. Eventually I'm gonna get back.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
No! We are found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait! I recognize their souls! These two have been here before! Look! Look! Twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Leave with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see Urianger.
Oh yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Mheg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we? Should we?
Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition, that you first lend us a helping hand, or 2, or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Urianger, Pixie's honor.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
Yep. Moogles.
All systems. Terminal.
Hey, Katarina.
Moogles. Moogles.
She's like, I must answer this both in chat and in voice.
Moogles.
No, and did not even hesitate. It was not even a question.
In my experience, you can outwit a pixie, you can't out-dumb a Moogle.
Also, the Moogles do things out of laziness, whereas the Pixies are there to have a good time. They're doing things for fun.
That as well. Although, if you actually read the side quests here, they're hilarious. I love every single one of them.
Mm. Oh yeah, the thing. And they're simultaneously hilarious and also a little terrifying. Which is as Pixie should be.
Yes. Pixies in equal amounts want to play and take your soul.
And they equate the two as the same thing, which is always
Yes.
the part that's a little terrifying about them, is that, no. The part that wants to take your soul wants to do it because they want to play forever. And so, one is just a means to an end. And they see no issue, like, morally about that. This is an example of blue and orange morality. Where, because they are not human, they don't have human standards of morality. And so things that they think is totally a-okay is stuff that we would find just horrifying.
This is also where the stereotypical "May I have your name" line comes from. What even is that supposed to be?
A spider.
Yeah.
Ariadne. For all my mythology lovers. Friends, there's a much better way to make money than pissing off the pixies and getting yourself murdered. Or worse.
Surely it is the best way to make money. Surely. Because there must be some compensation for the risk being taken.
Well, I'm sitting there going, okay, what flower? Like, how much could you like realistically mark up flowers to make them profitable in this kind of world in which, you know, most of the world is gone, deceased, doomed?
I didn't say I had an answer.
But I wish to know. I mean, I fucking guess, but even then, why flowers? They have so many things they could do. One of the side quests, Rain, is a couple of scavengers. That's what they're called in universe. Have decided that their best way of making money fast is to come into here and pick some of the fairies' flowers. Or the pixies' flowers. And I'm sitting here going, it is well known that anybody who trespasses is basically like doomed. Basically fucked. And it's like that moment of, all right, where in your right mind did you think this was a good idea? And then the question becomes, how much would you even need to mark this up to be worth the risk you're taking for a single flower? And at that point, would anybody pay for it? I mean, they don't say. The only people who would take it would be Yulmore, but then you have to think, okay, you have to get from here to Calusia. Behold, the most terrifying creature in all the realms. It's the one beaver. No, they called it a beaver. 'Tis beaver.
Ice has yet to see a beaver in Canada yet.
I see. Well, you see, there was a beaver there. It looked like a beaver. See, the most terrifying creature in all the realms.
Goodness.
All pixies who encounter it vanish, never to be seen again.
So what I heard is it eats pixies. Wait. So if I can get one on a leash,
Wow.
I can walk through Mheg without being bothered by any pixies ever.
I mean, kinda, yeah.
See, my crazy statement has merit. Not a lot, still.
Now, the actual storyline appears to insinuate that the pixies turn into the beaver. Apparently, if you see a beaver, you will transform into a beaver. That is...
It must be like a spell that only works on pixies.
It doesn't only work on pixies. They live in this area, and so that's all the people who are affected. But it's not just a pixie thing. Again, behold, the most terrifying creature in all the realms. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's an entire side quest chain of just this beaver.
Yep.
It's multiple quest chains that span multiple expansions. Oh, I was here for it. I knew. Now, I want people to really internalize what that pixie just said. I wanted to turn them into leafmen so that I could play with them forever. Which means every single one of these was once a person. Pixies. Now remember, the other pixie went to go get the marble. And now there's two of them. See? The marble is pretty. Thank you. The face of evil. Them beavers. Well, there's about to be 3 beavers. Ta-da! 3 of them. I think this is the only one so far. All right. There's the side quest done. We're just gonna, you know, water the leafman.
Jesus.
Not think about it too much.
It gets worse the further you go.
Mm-hmm. Or the longer you think about it. They're apparently still like sentient in there, which is even more horrifying. They wandered into Mheg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in.
Yep.
They tried to do it to us, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we'd hoped. Never too late. Pretty sure we're only not dead because of the echo. Get him, Alize. Always take the opportunity to pester your brother. Oh, I love this scene coming up.
Oh.
I'm guessing you don't remember it. You'll see. Oh no, poor Alphino. He has been stupefied by his sister.
Wow. Good job, Alize. Hey, ooh.
We're mad. Oh no.
Finally remembered me. Yeah. She's a little angry.
I have no sapling.
Half-hearted, cruel. So cold.
She may as well lop me off and cast me
heartless.
aside. you have
So
to.
dramatic.
Oh man, they are. I love Feol.
I love you. They're great. My favorite.
And we have to like convince them that, you know, we in fact do remember them and love them, and please come back.
Please come back. I would laugh so hard if you got to this point in the game and instead of like finishing this conversation, like you tried to go somewhere and it locked you out of teleporting. It's like, no. Cruel sapling.
A sodden log could do it with more fire.
You.
All right, here's how we get, you know, our beautiful branch to, you know, speak with us again.
You're late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing she is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Man. Even though we were nice to him. Oh no.
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Alize calls it like she is.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Good job, Alphino. You're gonna die though.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Feo the mold field, it's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, she will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of her bag all over your precious village.
Hey now.
There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that,
Excuse you.
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden Fernic to you at once.
There we go. Here's my favorite zone. Proper.
So this is the true Mheg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
I will remember to forget next time. And thank you for the hydrate. I love that entire exchange.
Right.
between Alphino getting Alize back for the ghost comment and Faol just being extremely upset that we have not bothered to ask for help in their domain of all places.
Like the one place we should not forget Feu. We totally forgot.
Absolutely forgot. Our character didn't even think about Faol.
Nope.
I do appreciate that they call, Urianger's house a habitat.
Yes.
And yes, it was literally just right over there. It wasn't far
Yep.
away.
Nope.
Is he never not home? Like, I now need to know this. Like, is he ever not home?
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends her way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon.
Aw, look at the class change.
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Except for Stola, but I guess she doesn't count.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then yalm by yalm, and malm by malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed, for spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart? Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active; umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
"'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
we would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Mheg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Lier, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
I'll remember to forget. Now, just because that was a lot real quickly, I'm going to kind of briefly go back a little bit. So first things first, really cool visual storytelling on the whole vision thing, where it shows our character standing in front of the twins as if trying to protect them. It's very cute. They don't ever like then draw the attention to it via dialogue, and I appreciate that. That's nice. Second thing, this idea of light being passive and peace and tranquility and darkness being essentially ambition, you know, movement, activity, is actually something that is kind of common in Japan. Like, I believe that's part of just their normal elemental wheel that they've kind of conscripted into 14. There's a reason why most of Final Fantasy's villains use some kind of either fire magic or dark magic. It's similar to like our Western color theory of green being like envy or red being wrath. It's kind of the same vibe. Like, they use the elements in the same way we use color theory to say things about certain characters.
Yes. I think that's why you see that as common theming in a lot of games, actually, not just PC games.
Well, yeah. It's just that Japan also has like, no, their elemental wheel is a thing that it actually like they have used in the past to say things about certain people. Whereas we don't use the elements in quite the same way here in the West.
Yes.
Like, there are some things that, of course, we do agree upon. Like, fire has the potential to be both warmth but also, you know, destruction. And that's because of how fire actually works in real life. But, like, the light and dark thing, in the West, light and dark have a religious bent to it. Especially like it's like essentially it's very Christian specifically. Especially when you have like Bible verses that say, "I am the light, the truth, and the way." You know, and light is usually like some kind of enlightenment, specifically a spiritual enlightenment. Whereas in Japan, light doesn't have that religious bent to it. Not really. And same with darkness. Like, they don't use darkness because it's, you know, evil. Like, they don't use darkness because it has a moral implication or a religious implication to it. They use darkness because that's basically ambition. Like, that's the best way to make a villain, is to make the villain ambitious. But again, there's no, like, moral bent to it. Like there is in the West. Hmm? He'll be fine. Okay. I'm sorry, Rain. What interesting observation? Which one? Oh, I see. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to look at. Okay, like even things that normally like we just go, yeah, that makes sense to us. It's always good to kind of check, like, okay, what they mean specifically. Because like my culture, obviously light versus dark is, it's a common thing. We get it all the time, especially in like kids media. But the where it comes from is a different place, which is the more interesting part as far as, what I'm talking about. So it's easy to kind of like just go, yeah, light versus dark, we got it. That makes sense. Without like questioning that, core belief.
Well, it's the West moralizes light and dark, whereas the East is just like one is light, one is dark.
Well, and again, like what's fun about it, and they're using it here very clearly, like right now we're in a realm where the light is the problem. In the West, while that is a thing, like I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, the West never does this, because yes, they do. But not in quite like the force of nature way that you're seeing 14 do it in this expansion. That's why people like it a lot, is because it's pretty unique to 14. And the reason why is because it is just a force of nature. Like, it's just passivity. It's just stagnation. And because they think of it in this way, without there being a moral side to it, really, they can make light be not a good thing. They can make it that stagnation aspect because that's how they think of it. Like, they don't think of it as like light is good, right? It's light represents
That's
these
more what
things.
I mean. Yeah, that's more what I mean. Is like the light versus dark isn't good versus evil. It's just two different forces.
Yeah, it's two different like opposite forces.
Right, which is what I meant by the West moralizes it, whereas the East doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, typically people tend to like still do light good, dark bad, because light and white and like that imagery does usually mean peace and tranquility and, you know, generally good things. You know, there's usually not a lot of turmoil there, and people tend to like peace. Well, the yin and yang thing actually does have problematic parts, which is why you don't tend to hear me use it very often. Because the white part of that is masculine. And the dark part of that is feminine. And generally speaking, the dark part has all of the negative traits. And the white part tends to have all the positive traits. You can see how that might be a problem. And also the yin and yang is a Chinese thing that the Japanese co-opted. So, because I'm talking about Japan, I tend to try and like keep like the things that are like clearly a Chinese origin away from it. Like, they use it, sure. But the ones who really like leaned into it a lot more was, of course, its country of origin, which is, of course, China. Japan took aspects of the yin yang symbol, like a lot of like what it represents. Like a lot of specifically their version of Buddhism, which does take, you know, Chinese Taoism and with traditional Buddhism, and then adds in the Japanese Shintoism to it. To be really simplistic, there's a lot more to that religion that I could not possibly cover. You would need an entire college course to cover it, but the basics, like their version of Buddhism that way really does emphasize a lot of like moderation and, you know, stability and balance and all these things, which is very common in, you know, that yin yang symbology. Symbology, that's its origin term. Symbolism.
I was about to say, I don't think that's actually a word.
No, it is. It's just a video game word. I just threw Magic Babble in there on accident. Symbolism, not symbology. Brain absolutely went video game for like 2 seconds when it should not have. The best magic. We're about to ruin this man's house. Oh no, these are actually pretty okay. Unless he does something really bad, at which point I didn't know about it. They're just pretty.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Yeah, okay. That's where we're going.
Did it.
So, Feiyu's name is Treasure Moon.
Either Wealth of the Moon or Treasure of the Moon.
Oh. Cool.
It also could be Darkness, which is probably what they're going for, because they want to be real on their nose with their, you know, naming convention.
Treasure Darkness? What?
Well, okay,
Yeah,
so,
probably.
so we're the warrior of darkness, bringing darkness to the land, which means we're doing, you know, good things. So of course they're doing this whole, you know, treasure of darkness or treasure of the moon as like a hey.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mm-hmm. They're being very on the nose. A lot of the writing in Shadowbringers onward is very on the nose. I do not regret making all of his books mimics. Alex is like, oh, that's even better, and then just wanders off.
Oh, yay! Walks away.
Here is your captured creature.
'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts. Ah, lest I forget. White auracite, newly forged for thy use. Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary, our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you. I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me, which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to her of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. 'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, Then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things, where we came from, what we fight for, but of that day, I have not spoken.
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
And just to add on to what they're kind of going for, there's extra context here, and they've mentioned it briefly in, I want to say, A Realm Reborn, when we go talk to like Minfilia's mom. The extra context required is that Thancred was supposed to be kind of in charge of making sure that that particular creature didn't get loose, and as you can tell, it got loose. And so a lot of his protection of Minfilia later was out of a sense of obligation, a sense of responsibility, a sense of guilt. This is all like 1.0 stuff. This is all stuff that you're not going to find in this game. But there's extra layers to Thancred and Minfilia's relationship that isn't covered in this game just because 1.0 doesn't exist anymore. That is still canon, like they've kind of made it clear that 1.0 is the world before the calamity, so it is still a canon piece of information. But they don't do a very good job of really explaining that clearly enough without knowing this about 1.0. So Thancred feels responsible for the death of Minfilia's father and therefore has been protecting Minfilia throughout most of her life.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, he then failed to protect Minfilia from coming to the First, and then she died. So you can kind of get the sense of what Thancred thinks, feels, and sees when he looks at this Minfilia, who is a different person, but like she looks like Minfilia, you know, and in some, you know, subconscious way is Minfilia, because obviously old Minfilia can talk through her sometimes. And of course, he's just been given this kind of ultimatum of, you either are a bad person and kind of crush this poor little girl into not wanting to, you know, be around anymore to get your Minfilia back, or you let go of this person that you have all these complicated feelings about, and let the girl, you know, be her own person, therefore thereby killing the person that you care about. So he's not a good person in this arc, but it's kind of understandable why he is the way he is a little bit. And he doesn't do anything bad to Minfilia. He's just not a good parent, because he's never really had to parent before. And again, the last time he did kind of parent, and even then it was more of a brother relationship. The circumstances behind that was a lot more negative than one would normally think of when parenting. Now, he's still an ass. You still want to hit him a couple times. But he does come from a very realistic place. Like, I am not excusing his actions. You still want to hit him upside the head a couple times. But what's important is that it's in character, and it is a lesson that he does need to learn. And as a character, that's good. Even though you just want to hit him a few times and say, quit being an idiot. Hell yeah. And just the once, and it was a brief thing. It's when he was trying to get Minfilia back to Yulmore before we ran into Mheg. So only the one time. That way we get to see. That way we get to have a good show. Well, I would be, but you see, there are side quests about. Heck yeah. I have gotten myself into a side quest chain in which this person, or this fairy, or pixie, wants to become the most popular. Oh, sure. Hey, look at these fucked up bears. It's like parasitic. It's the flowers, really. Take it over a bear corpse and just, you know, make it move. What delightful imagery. Who needs Dark Souls when you have this? I think even bugbears still have their own sentience. I don't think bugbears are the corpse of a thing. Unless I've gotten the lore wrong, because there are a lot of critters in D&D.
I remember bugbears being basically just really hairy orcs. The lack of a better description.
Yeah, they're typically hanging around the goblins. Or I should say, terrorizing the goblins, but, you know. Oh, it was y'all who did it. Well, in the dark of the night, evil will find you.
My goodness.
Listen. It's perfect. Like, that's a good song for the boogeyman. What am I looking at? What is that? You don't want to know. Some kind of mount. No, the thing is clearly the beavers. Do not compare the two. One is far more terrifying. The fist. Show them the fist. right? It's been a long time since I've seen Dexter's Lab now that I'm thinking about it. Good show. No one's gonna pluck out their eyes for you. Yes. Surely it's a coincidence. They didn't just you know, turn this poor fisherman minding his own goddamn business into a leaf man. Nope. Why would we do that? Ah. Think this is it? Yeah, that I've got the wrong one. May have gotten the wrong one. Hang on. I did. No, it's somewhere in this general area. I just can't remember exactly where. Has been a minute.
I forget half of the side quests in here.
I remember most of them. We started getting into the more like, you know, hey, find these things without a map. You kind of go, oh. That's kind of where I'm like, I don't really remember.
Can I see the picture again? I think it's up near the houses, actually.
Could be. Like I said, it's kind of in this general area. Like there's like the yellow flowers, so like you know it's like this zone because you know it's got all the right colors. But I can't remember exactly which gathering of leafmen it is. not over here. Is that right? Shall brave the beavers.
Oh boy.
Is a beaver a merchant? Hey, look. A world boss.
Yeah, he smacked you.
He missed. Sucker. Anyway. That could have gone badly for me. Glad it didn't. Yeah, for the life of me, cannot remember. Alright, let's get the tree sap at least.
So, I'm curious, are these the bush people, like, once they get so angry that they change form?
No, apparently according to one of the pixies, they thought that how they would get rid of the bears is by basically getting plants on them, by putting plants on them and you know, trying to get them to stop. And it didn't work.
Oh.
So you can blame the pixies for this monstrosity. And now they're even scarier. But yes, their attempt was to drive them away by, you know, putting plants on them and, you know, getting rid of them. Oh, maybe it's over here instead. This is kind of the same colors too. Maybe it's over here.
Maybe.
Do a quick sweep. Well, I kind of headed in that general direction that she was, or they were indicating.
Oh, it's right over there to the right.
Yep, I think I see it actually. Yeah, with the rock. Hey. Yes? Yes. The teeniest leaf bin. Oh, if only you knew. They were probably just chilling here. Oh, apologies. I went too fast again. I'm just like reading. A benefit of reading aloud is it makes me go slower.
Then perhaps we should make you read aloud.
Not during stream. I'd lose my voice. And then I'd have to record the next day and lose my voice even more.
I was teasing.
Unfortunately, how I think this conversation is gonna go is literally, but we can just look at the castle. In all of its majesty. Why'd you paint a picture of it? Seems like a lot of work. We hate work. Can you draw my OC, but in this style that you've never done before? When I tried to sneak up on the owner of the book, he noticed me and promptly ran off, and now I've got a leaf man frozen mid-stride with his mouth split open in terror.
Yeah.
You have to do it when they're not paying attention. To make prettier leaf men. Oh. Even worse than what I thought. Ah, the dilemmas of an artist.
I have serious questions about what they consider art, but anyway.
I mean, it was actually really pretty, but they're like, can you do the lake instead? The lake would be really pretty. Well, she really captured the essence of the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness, you're in high demand.
Yes, always. I'm irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ooh, excuse me.
We're almost done. Gonna finish this
I
side
didn't mean to do
quest.
that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna finish the side quest and then we'll be over, okay?
I didn't mean to. It escaped me.
It escaped me. You know, chat, I could torture her by doing the dungeon.
Nope. Have a good night, everybody. It was nice seeing you.
Wow. I'm kidding. Instantly said fuck off. No. Because I'm not doing the dungeon tonight. We have run out of time. I'm literally just gonna finish the side quest chain and then, you know, move on. Call it for the day. Yeah, we'll see. You got this. There's no other healer around.
You got it. No pressure.
Yes. Popular. I like they're using the word for popular, like they're saying, "Oh, I want to be popular," but really they want to be useful. They want to be depended upon. It's very cute.
If misguided.
I mean, it would be misguided if they didn't, immediately just go, "Let's go help." So, actual heart
Again,
was in the
though,
right place. They just only had the words for popularity and, that kind of stuff.
Again, a fairy's version of that sentence.
Little pixies.
Sorry, pixies.
Yeah. Anyway, that is going to be the end of stream, and we will likely hit 90 next time. Based on my meter there, my bar.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, have a good night, fellow humans, human fellas.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I love it.
Human Rayla.
I love it. Human Rayla's best
Anyway,
Rayla.
good night, everyone.